At the bottom of the deck, overall energy for your reading is the Tower. And I don't want you to worry. I don't want you to think that this is a bad reading in any way. I know that for those who know tarot, I mean, it can be a bit intimidating to get the Tower and the Five of Cups and the Strength card. But I'm not reading, I guess, I don't feel like this is a negative thing. I feel like this is a very positive thing. The problem comes in for you in making a decision. Something about indecision. I feel like you're fighting somebody off. It could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. That can be their sun, moon, or rising sign. There's a situation here where this person feels like they have to stand their ground with you. And it's almost like they feel like, I don't know, there's a stubbornness about this. And I feel like you're not quite sure how to handle this situation with this person, you know, but it's something that gets you emotionally. It's bothering you emotionally. I feel like you want to do what's right, you want to do what's fair, you want to do what's just, but I feel like you don't know how to go about doing that. It's either that, or you feel like you don't have all the information. You don't feel like you don't have enough information to really make a decision. Let me just look over the cards for a moment. I want to say some of you are going through a divorce, or you're going through divorce proceedings. You feel like you're dealing with a situation where you're kind of like stuck, not able to really get what you want, do what you want. I want to say because legally, the court, whatever this decision is, it is balanced in a sense. It is fair in a sense. But you may feel like it's not, or you may feel like you didn't get what you deserve out of this situation. I see half, 50-50. This person, if you're going through a divorce and you're dealing with a fire sign, or you're dealing with someone who embodies these characteristics of the fire sign male, it's almost like they're really, really battling it out in court. Like they are coming on strong, you know what I mean? But the judge is going to determine everything 50-50, I feel. That's what I feel. That's what I see. Of course, this is a general reading. It's not going to apply to everybody. But for those whom it does or may, this is what I see. I think that whatever the determination is from this legal proceeding, and this can be regarding, again, a divorce, a custody arrangement, or other types of custody, or not custody, I'm sorry, court disputes, okay, legal disputes. It doesn't have to be, you know, custody or divorce per se, but it may be involving something to do with family. I think whatever this determination is, it's kind of shocking to you because you really thought, or you felt like you were going to have this in the bag, or you thought for sure you were going to get something out of it. Maybe it's not that, you know, you want, as I don't think it's that you want to cheat anybody out of anything. I don't think you want to cheat your ex out of anything per se, but you just feel like I'm owed this. This is what I should get. And when it's 50-50, it's not fair. You put in more time into something, you put more money into something, it's not fair. The 50-50 determination may not be fair, or you may feel it's not fair. And for some of you, whatever this is, that this, you're coming up against this block, right? You're coming up to this wall. Whatever this is, you can overcome it. You will overcome it. I just feel like right now, especially I think in the month of September, I think for some of you this has already happened, maybe in August, or it's happening in early September, early mid-September for you. By the end of September, you know, it's like the stress is off, there's relief, but emotionally you're still obviously, you know, you're still feeling it emotionally, and that's okay. But I think it's a matter of perspective here for some of you. It's like, it's heartbreaking that this happened the way it did, and yeah, maybe it is totally unfair. But whatever this is, you will overcome it. And you'll see in the long run that this was for the better, because you're gaining something out of it. It's like things have to go this way for a reason. And you're not able to see what that reason is right now. If you look at the Five of Cups at the very top of the reading, this guy, he has 2 cups behind him, but he's not focused on them. He doesn't see them. He doesn't acknowledge them. He's so focused on what's lost. Okay? And again, when we look at the 5, it's you know, an odd number. So you may feel like you lost more than what you got out of it, you know, in a sense. But it's really a matter of perspective. You just got to turn around because you still have this left. And it doesn't mean that this is all you'll ever have. You still have something there, something tangible to work with. I really, I'm not seeing this as a work situation. I'm not seeing this as a financial situation at all. I'm really seeing this as regarding family. It doesn't have to be a court thing. It can just be you feel like you're treated unfairly in a family situation or with a spouse or what have you. And they feel the need to stand their ground with you and really fight tooth and nail about this. Like, they're adamant about getting their way. They're not going to get everything they want either, by the way. But whatever this is, it's like, it is fair. At the end of the day, it's fair. The Justice card is in the center of this whole reading. It is fair. But it's going to be shocking, and I think, honestly, it's going to be shocking for both of you. I don't think it's just going to be you who's going to be shocked. There's 2 people in the Tower card. Okay? I think ego comes in. I feel ego comes in a little bit here, and it may just be his ego, but maybe you have a little bit of an ego too, thinking I'm owed this or I should have this. And again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't. It's not necessarily that things should be exactly 50-50, but I think, like I said, in the long run, you're going to see it played out that way for a reason. Let me look at this 5 of Cups at the top with these Gypsy Oracle cards. I'm so bad about announcing my deck. I'm surprised. I'm so sorry. I just like to give the reading, you know what I mean? I like to get right into it. I don't like all the fluff. I think that there was maybe an overestimation going on about either what you thought you were owed or this person thought they were owed, okay? I think that this person you're dealing with, I'm kind of getting a bit of like greed, like they're kind of greedy, right? They're all fired up about something, but you're filling in on an emotional level. You're not really mad or upset. You're just more like, how could they do this, or why would they do this, per se, you know? But these 3 cards, hope, cheerfulness, and haughtiness on the 5 of Cups, kind of telling me that there was an overestimation on somebody's part about their ability to win a case or win a situation, and that's where we have this 5 of Cups. Now, another thing I want to say, because this just came to me, it's with these general readings, you know, it just depends on the person, but sometimes with the 5 of Cups here, I'm kind of feeling like this could be either you feeling this way or the other person feeling this way. But I tend to think that since this is your reading, this is more about your emotions, your feelings about this matter. I really kind of feel like it's you feeling like you're missing something or you've lost something. For some of you, though, it may be the other way around. Maybe the other person feels that way. They overestimated the situation. I think you'll know which situation applies to you if you know, this is the case. So I get the impression that you trusted somebody, that somebody may have put on a facade for you, or I don't know, kind of like, or this is love, this is the relationship, okay? Either way, there was a kindness, there was a sweetness to this love at one time. But after, I mean, and I feel like you're thinking about this. You're thinking about this time with this partner. You're thinking back on the good times. But the sacrifice on the Hanged Man is saying, and this is a change in perspective as well with the Hanged Man. You're sacrificing this relationship, but you're also having to change your perspective because you see that there's been a negative change in this partnership. This person is not who you thought they were, or you thought they were going to act differently. You thought that they were going to be more civil about something, but it ends up that, you know, it's like their ugly side comes out, right? And it's really putting you in a position with the Thought card. You're contemplating this heavily, and it's changing your perspective about the situation and the other person you're dealing with. But again, there's a sacrifice with the Hangman too. Tower. Let's look at the Tower. Journey. Something leaving, something behind. So on the Tower we have journey. We have like an illness, melody, and melancholy. So it's like you have to get out of a bad situation. You're weak, emotionally weak. You're unstable emotionally, physically, maybe, and spiritually. I almost feel like this situation is making you physically sick. Okay, you're worrying yourself too much about it, and the cards are telling you you just need to release it. You got to go with the flow. Things are what they are. Maybe you don't see everything right now for what it is, and you don't understand everything right now. Okay, you may feel like you're stuck, like you're trapped, like this person has you in a corner, and that, you know, it's unfair somehow, but legally it is fair. You know what I mean? This situation is 50-50. And again, as time goes on, you're going to see that this, you know, happened for a reason. There's a purpose for it. On the Tower, again, the journey card and the melancholy card. It's like journeying towards or away from something, because it's not bringing you any happiness. It's not bringing you any joy, obviously. It's needing to end. This situation is needing to end. For some of you, it's, you know, finding out this month that your partner wants a divorce, or maybe you want a divorce. That could be it too. And maybe this is a side to your partner when you guys actually separate. You see a different side to your partner that you've known for a while that you had never seen before. It's like, what is this? And yeah, it's a sacrifice. It's hard to let go of somebody you love. Sometimes, for some of you, if this isn't a legal situation and it's just a separation or the announcing of the separation, you feel like it's unfair. They did you wrong. And again, you could be the one announcing, I want a divorce this month. You know? It takes a lot of strength. And I think your focus and your worry is on family. And I also think it's on how will family perceive this. Yeah, I see a divorce, guys. This is dealing with a divorce. Love, despair, and priest on the Justice card. This is about love, obviously. That's toxic. This is a toxic situation that needed to end. Okay? And I have the priest here, which is, to me, there's two messages coming up with this priest card here. One is you need to have faith that things are going to turn out okay. All right? You don't see things for what they are right now, but you will in the long run. I keep having to reiterate that because I think a lot of you aren't. You're so focused on right now. You're so focused on what's going on right now that it's really hard for you to see that there is a positive outcome to this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's asking, the cards are saying you just need to be patient and ride the wave, okay? And the priest card is also saying this is a single person. The priest is single. So it's coming out of a situation where maybe there was love and we feel alone. I think I'm getting a feeling of abandonment for some of you, like you feel abandoned by your partner. And this ugliness that you're seeing in them isn't something that you're used to seeing in them. And it's really, you know, emotionally draining you, but it's also like mentally, it's like you feel, I don't know how to handle this. I don't know who this person is anymore. This person is really devoted to, I want to say selfishness, me. What am I going to get out of this? That's what they're looking for. What am I going to get out of this? Because they're looking for, with this consolation card, what can I get out of this? Asking for everything that they can to get out of it, you know? And that's what they're faithful to. They're faithful to themselves. They're faithful to their desires, their outlook. It's almost like they cannot empathize, they cannot put themselves in someone else's shoes because this person is so focused and intent on me. What am I getting out of this? And at the same time, they're acting very fickle, you know? again, I'm picking up like this hostility, this irritability, this aggression with this person, and you're kind of contemplating, why is that there? Why does it have to be there just because we're separated, or just because you want a divorce, or because I want a divorce? Whatever your personal situation is. Queen of Cups, let's look at the Queen of Cups. You want security, you want stability, and I think you're worried about money. Maybe you're worried about how much this divorce will cost, or maybe you're worried about how much you will get, how many assets, how much of the assets you jointly own will be yours. Okay? I feel like you've been trying to work with this person. I think if some of you are dealing with an attorney, the attorney has advised you to be cooperative, and you have been. Okay? But and your outcome, your expected outcome, is one of celebration or one of joyfulness. Okay. I also want to say these cards coming up on the Queen of Cups. This is you in the reading, but this is also an outcome card. Okay, because of the position of the card. Everything is going to work out fine, and I don't think that you realize necessarily that losing this security is actually for your betterment. That leaving this relationship is actually for your betterment. Maybe financially, you are going to do much better than you realize without this person. And you're going to find ultimate happiness, okay? But there is a need to emotionally and spiritually release your connection with this person. And that's what I feel like maybe was happening in the month of August into September. And maybe throughout September, you're still maybe grieving a loss of a relationship, or dealing with the stress of going through a divorce or divorce proceedings, or maybe that's what's being brought up for you in the month of September. Either way, everything's going to work out fine. Okay? At the end of the day, no matter how this person makes you feel, no matter what happens, okay, you've got to take it day by day, for one, and for two, you have to know that no matter what, everything's going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. So don't overstress yourself. Okay? So I know that would have been the general reading, and it came up like really a love reading.